Hey everyone, Brian from Bearable Traders here. It is Wednesday, May 29th, hump day, even though it's a short week. Got 4 days trading here, so it hasn't been a pretty couple of days so far, and we'll see if the week improves as we go on here. So you can see here internals are getting a little bit worse from the beginning of the week. Got a lot more stocks below their 200-day now, a lot more below their 50. And new highs and new lows still pushing up on the new low side of things. So still not looking very good for the bulls. And you can see here again down 220 on the Dow today, and it did come back at the end of the day a little bit, which was kind of encouraging. Let's take a look at the groups here and just see what has been working and what hasn't been. Well, basically what hasn't been. You can see utilities, still the safety trade, best house in a bad neighborhood, and healthcare again on the week and the month. Healthcare and utilities seeming to be the ones that are at least not performing as badly as some of the other ones, like technology, which has really come off with the trade war going on. I guess you want to call it a trade war, and the war words back and forth between China and the US. And then you got other things going on like Brexit and Iran. So you got a lot of negative sort of things going on obviously in the world right now. So let's take a look at the indexes and see where we are and see where we might be going. This is the 10-year Treasury. You can see it still seems to sell off. The yields are down at 2.25. I mean, last week we were talking about 2.4, and now we're down at 2.25. I did put a trade on TLT, which goes up when this goes down. It is looking super extended from here, and the RSI is dropping down. So we'll take a look at TLT in a minute. I did play it through options though, and that's why I didn't bother posting it, because they're not really, not too many people are into options, but maybe there's a few. Maybe I should be trading or posting them. So anyway, this is the Dow. You can see here we gapped down significantly, but kind of had a bit of a constructive day. Nothing to write home about volume. But we're kind of at a level of support here, and we did sort of bounce off that a little bit, or at least we dripped below it and then came back. So we're right at support. So not sure if we're going to lose that, or maybe we're going to finally have a bit of a reprieve from the selling. Again, the small caps were just right down at these prior levels of support, maybe a little bit below them now. But again, we didn't have a day where we kind of came back at the end, which was a little bit constructive. And same with the Qs. You can see here, again, kind of lost that support, but it did come back sort of at the end of the day. Sort of the same message all along here. The large caps, same thing, kind of bounced off the 200 moving day or dripped below it and then came back. So it'd be interesting to see what happens tomorrow. See if we can do a bit of a rally. I wouldn't get too excited about a rally if we do get one tomorrow. It still looks like we are in a downtrend. Dollar pulled back and then back up again. Dollar continues to be the safety trade. And VIX interestingly gapped up higher and then pulled back, which of course was indicative of a bit of the rally that we had into the close. So maybe we are going to get a bit of a counter trend rally, but I still think the trend looks like it's to the downside. Let's take a look at what we got on actives. And I did this at the end of the day. You can kind of see what happened. The end of the day we had a really nice strong move on this Beyond Meat into the close of the day. And you can see here around the last half hour of trading, we just took off here. So I jumped into that trade right at the end. It happened so fast. I was out. I was just watching it, and actually sold some in the aftermarket. It got to 99.70, I think, was the aftermarket high. And I was staying in the room today. I thought this was definitely looking like it was going to 100, which I believe it probably will tomorrow. So yeah, this is one of these, it's kind of like if people have read my book, I mean, this is the kind of sort of hot sector play. But the funny thing is, it's like there's only one stock in this sector that you can play. It's not like the pot sector or the Bitcoin or sector where you could jump onto all these companies that were getting into Bitcoin or blockchain. It's hard to jump into making burger or meatless patties. So maybe there'll be some other ones coming along here shortly. I know some of the bigger players are jumping into this, but maybe there'll be some other smaller cap companies that are going to jump into this. I think almost for sure you're going to see some, because people just like to chase money and hot sectors, and this certainly is a hot sector right now. You can see here volume came in on this, just ramping up as the price goes up, and like I said, I think we'll hit 100 tomorrow, unless it gets a downgrade or something crazy like that. Roku, I've still got a little bit. I had to, we got this pullback. I had to sell my, the bulk of my position, but I'm still holding on to a core holding just to see if this is gonna make it to 100. It didn't quite get there before a downgrade. And this is the TLT that I was talking about. It's been going up since interest rates on the 10-year has been going down, and it looks like a bit of an, a reversal day, so it gapped up much higher and closed lower. So we may end up getting a bit of a reversal here on this, but interest rates still do seem to want to be heading lower, and the trend is definitely lower left and upper right, as they say. So let's just take a look quickly at the ETFs. We didn't get a chance to do ETF Monday because Monday was a holiday. So let's just see here. You can see here actually the material sector actually had a positive day, gap down, and then basically ended up pretty close to the high on the day, and we're right down at a level of support. We kind of broke this level here, but bounced back up off this level. So materials did a bit of a comeback today. Communication kind of still holding this level of support. Energy had a constructive day, so you see we had a big gap down, came back up, finished close to the high of the day, but still a gap down. So volume building here. So maybe again it could be an indication we might get a bit of a reversal. Same with the financials. We kind of lost this support level, but then came back, rallied back to it. Volume picking up a little bit. So again, maybe an indication that we might be in for a bounce. But again, nothing I would get overly excited about, because I do believe unless we have some resolution on something, whether it's the a deal with China and the US, which I just don't see, but you never know, something like that coming along, that's I think that's really the main worry. Brexit is kind of baked in. Iran is just an ongoing situation. Again, consumer staples, not a great day. Gap down, finished off the low, but not sort of midpoint, should say. And the utilities have been really extended. I would be actually looking, if you were looking to get into the utilities, I would be looking at XLU right now as maybe a possible buy for a bounce off this 50 moving average. It looks like it's come back down into an area of support here. So I still think this is going to be a safe haven trade. I think it just got really extended on the price earnings. And the healthcare sector, here's another one that kind of bounced off this level of support. And again, we'll see if we get a bit of a reversal tomorrow on this. Consumer discretionary, nothing much there. So that's it, everybody. Hope everyone's had a good week so far. Like I said, it is Wednesday. We've only had 2 trading days this week, and we've got 2 more to go, and we'll see how we end the week. But it looks like we might get a bit of a reversal tomorrow. We'll have to wait and see. Have a great night, everybody. And if you haven't checked out my book on Amazon yet, it's How to Swing Trade by Brian Pezim. And we'll catch up with you tomorrow morning in the Bear Bull Trading Room if you're going to join us there. Bye for now.